So there's a new patch for Mechabellum. It's quite an interesting one. So it involves the new unit, the Phanton Ray. I had a video about it yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. And you can check that out. But my initial thoughts about the unit is that it's very aggressive or sometimes very defensive unit. Not probably good in standard games. Maybe with the oil technology and some beacons, maybe it could be useful. I also think the oil is not as good as people think, but there probably will be a lot of oil and beacon plays with the unit. I think you wanna use it as a frontliner with a lot of crawlers probably, like with armor tech, maybe shield, maybe cloak. The cloak is sometimes, it feels like it's pretty good because it's hard for like marksmen or anything to target it. Because they cloak again quite fast. And I don't think you want range on the units. I think you want it to be closer. Then the actual balance adjustment. Wasp. The cost of high explosive ammo decreased from 150 to 100. So I think the problem with the Wasp technologies is that there's so many good ones. It's very hard to fit anything on the bar. But the high explosive ammo is probably pretty strong in some situations to use as the Wasp as chaff clear. But I feel like the ground spec is so powerful, the jump drive is so powerful, it's very hard to justify having this on the bar. The range is kind of needed. The shield is also very good. The aerial spec might be needed. It's so hard to fit this in. But I hope someone will test it a lot. I saw, for example, Jeremiah try to make the high explosive ammos work. And sometimes they were super good, but I don't think overall they were good. So only 50 cost decrease, probably not enough. Then they are reducing the Mustang high explosive ammo. So the high explosive ammo on the Mustang is only good against fangs, because there's the new crawler tech that spreads the crawlers and makes this high explosive ammo terrible. So it's only against fangs. So maybe it is still good if the enemy is going like carry fangs. This is super good technology, but it's very small use case. Then they're buffing the missile interceptor. So I think the missile interceptor might be pretty good now if you get like subsidized Mustang card. And they are also increasing the attack interval of storms, so that makes the missile interceptor even better. So definitely usable now, I think. Before it was total bait. Then the Stormcaller, so they are keeping the DPS the same, but the Storm is attacking slower, right? And then high explosive ammo's attack reduction increased from 40 to 50. The cost increased from 150 to 200. So this like they buffed it recently, reduced the cost, and it was kinda insane because it was at that point of time it was already the best technology of the Storm. So then they buffed it again, so now they are nerfing it back. So I guess that's good. Finally the Stormcaller is getting a little bit adjusted. Like the high explosive ammo was so easy click early on in the game. So what this does, the Stormcaller change, basically it reduces its chaff clear by a lot. The Arclight, the cost of elite marksman increased from 300 to 400. This is very understandable. The Arclight in standard games was the best chaff clear unit, or has been for a while. And they probably thought it was too good, so they increased the cost of elite marksman. Makes sense. Then some Tarantula changes. High explosive splash range from bonus increased from 5 to 7 meters, but attack reduction increased from 30 to 40. I think the high explosive ammo was very popular technology on the Tarantula for chaff clear, but I don't feel it was enough before. So now it's definitely better technology. Let's see. if it will be enough. So the Sandworm has been wreaking havoc in standard games. The cost of replicate increased from 200 to 250, the cost of armor enhancement increased from 200 to 250. So these are the most popular techs of the Sandworm. Go armor first, then if the enemy has like beam damage or melters, steel balls, whatever, you go replicate, it's really powerful. And the best build has been nerfed. This has quite a lot of impact, even though it's like 50 gold. The cost of Sandstorm decreased from 300 to 250. So they nerfed the Sandworm's time a couple of patches ago, and people stopped using it. I tried to use it a lot, it was quite bad, but still like playable, but it was way too expensive. So now maybe it will be good again. I doubt it though. The cost of mechanical division decreased from 200 to 100. So I don't think this is relevant because you don't want to go mech div like first. This would be probably like a third tech or even fourth tech if you want to take it. So I don't think the cost is that relevant at that point of the game. Burrow maintenance increases Sandworm's HP by 20, but the cost increased from 150 to 250. So I think this skill is terrible in 1 versus 1. So maybe this is like an FFA change or something, I don't know, but it makes 0 sense for 1 versus 1. Variant. Remove extended range steel ball. Well, this is great since they buffed the heavy target recently. It was kinda insane when you get the extended range steel ball and went heavy target on them. Improved Tarantula no longer increases HP, but instead increases the splash range by 4. Well, this definitely makes the improved Tarantula card a lot better, but the problem is that I think it's very hard to go into the Tarantulas like on round 3 or something, or even round 2 if you don't start with them. So I think the only way to use the Tarantulas is early on when you start with them. So I feel like the improved Tarantula card just comes too late even if you get it on round 2. So I don't think the card is usable. Then some bugs fixes. Fixed an issue that caused the game to freeze. Okay. Fixed an issue that caused data errors in 4-player brawl. Fixed an issue that prevented unit skins from displaying properly. Fixed several UI display issues. Fixed multiple translation issues. Fixed an issue related to sticky oil. Now igniting sticky oil outside the shield will also ignite adjacent sticky oil inside the shield. Okay, so it sometimes happened, sometimes not. So it was very inconsistent. Now the oil is always igniting. Well, I don't like the oil that much and not the fire that much, so... But I guess it's good that the game is consistent. But yeah, overall pretty good patch. Good changes. They addressed all the powerful stuff. Didn't do anything random, I feel like. Overall pretty good patch. And the Phanton Ray seems like a very exciting unit to me. It's something very different. And fits aggressive play, probably fits defensive play also. But it's more of an aggressive unit than defensive unit, that's for sure. So let's see how the game is now. Thanks a lot for watching. Goodbye.